Hi, welcome in this evening. I am sports editor Lizzie Arbogast with Tallapoosa Publishers alongside managing editor Santana Wood. How are we doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty great. Glad to be here. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good today, although we did have some hard news today that we're going to get into. But before we do that, we obviously want to thank the support of our sponsor, Russell Medical Wound Care and Hyperbaric Medicine. We appreciate everything they've done for us, appreciate all of you guys watching in. I'm going to give a shout out to Ed Shikoski. He called us today and gave us some good feedback. He was in broadcasting for a long time, so he knows the biz. So we appreciate all of you guys, avid watchers, and let us know if there's anything we're doing wrong, doing right. We want to hear from you guys.
Yeah, we really appreciate everybody and everybody watching and feedback as well. So, going to get right into the big news of the day, which, is kind of unfortunate. Bill Nichols State Veterans Home in Alexander City has more than 40 cases over there at 25 confirmed cases of residents and 18 staff members who have tested positive for the coronavirus. Two of the residents who were 89 and 99 at the home have died as a result of the coronavirus. So this is sad news for us to report today.
Yeah, absolutely. And these couple of cases, or these handful of cases, come just 7 days after the first resident at Bill Nichols tested positive for COVID-19. I believe that resident was the first veteran in Alabama that tested positive. The home is screening and testing residents regularly, as well as employees. So they're trying to reduce that spread, taking additional precautionary measures, taking temperatures of staff, all those kinds of things as much as possible. So it is tough to hear that, obviously, but I think that, it just reiterates the fact that we need to be taking this seriously, especially for those of us with elderly in our family. Of course, there's that, everybody's got that to an extent. So, it's very important that we're taking those precautionary measures and taking this as seriously as possible, because it's very obvious that it can spread very quickly amongst, a close knit group of people.
Yeah, certainly. And we did talk with Mr. Horton at the Bill Nichols State Veterans Home, and he said that those two patients who died were obviously in the risk age group, but they also had some other health issues as well. So, that is the risk group. We do also want to share the latest numbers with you guys from the state Alabama Department of Public Health, continuing to grow as they do every day. There are now 3,953 confirmed cases across the state, so really nearing that 4,000 mark. And that's an increase of 150 since last night's report. Yeah.
Yeah, there were also two of our local counties did see a fairly significant increase. Tallapoosa County now has 123 cases. That's an increase of 16 since last night. It's kind of unclear at this point. We can't be sure if those Bill Nichols residents and employees are counted in that. Not sure of the lag time between the Alabama Department of Public Health and what we were able to report today with Bill Nichols. But obviously, that's a big increase for the county. 7 reported deaths, 4 of which have been confirmed to be caused by COVID-19.
Yeah, and with those new positives, Tallapoosa County now ranks third in the confirmed rate per 100,000 number that we discussed last night that the state has now added to its website. So that rate is 277.5 per 100,000. So
Yeah, so we'd kind of thought that last night that it might go up just based on those numbers and the population of Tallapoosa County. So it's important to remember that is a good comparative device that we can use across counties at this point. Elmer County also saw an increase. They went up to 43 confirmed cases today. That's an increase of 6, since last night. Still no reported deaths in Elmer County, so that is encouraging to see.
over in Coosa County, there are still 18 confirmed cases over there, but did have one change today as that first initial reported death has been confirmed to be from COVID-19. And that is the only death in Coosa County at this time. And across the state, 114 reported deaths, with 73 of those confirmed to have died from the illness.
Yeah, obviously. So, we are taking this seriously in Alabama. Everybody needs to be doing so. Do want to let you guys know that Governor Kay Ivey, she held a press conference this morning with an Alabama Department of Public Health officer, Scott Harris. They were talking about that stay-at-home order, which is currently set to expire April 30th. We're kind of giving it some updates on what people can expect between now and then.
Yeah, a little bit of an update. The governor said that it will take about 2 weeks worth of data to see what's working and make plans to provide for an updated plan of action before April 28th. Lieutenant Governor Will Ainsworth is also developing plans for small businesses for reopening the local economy and hopes to have some better ideas to announce by April 22nd. I know that that's something that, everyone's kind of concerned about as well.
Yeah, and I believe that Kay Ivey said that by the 28th, she was hoping to kind of have a more updated plan, whether that stay-at-home order will get increased, will expire actually on the 30th. But as we know, officials have predicted that now I think we're in like the 8 to 10 day range of when that peak might be. So it's hard to predict what's going to happen, but glad that they're sort of taking things day by day. So we are going to take a quick break, hear from our sponsor, and then we'll be back to talk some local news.
At Russell Medical Wound Care and Hyperbaric Medicine, we want you to know we're open. We take COVID-19 seriously and have put precautions in place for the safety and health of our patients. Don't delay treatment. Wound duration lasting more than 30 days is less likely to heal naturally. We treat all types of wounds, cuts, and burns, so intervene early. Wound care is critical. Call us today.
All right, welcome back. I'm Lizzie, RBS Sports Editor at Tallapoosa Publishers, alongside Managing Editor Santana Wood. We talked about some numbers, some national news, as well as those positive cases that were confirmed at Bill Nichols State Veterans Home in Alex City. Do want to also dig into some other local news for this evening.
Yeah, in Tallapoosa County, Russell Medical said it is seeing an increase in patients with flu-like symptoms in the emergency room, which is a concern as COVID-19 continues to spread. CEO Jim Peace said that the main concern is the length of stay for these patients who are not, although it's not necessarily a high amount of admissions, it is that length of stay. ICU beds are taxed, and they've had to even reroute some patients to Birmingham, which they don't like to do, but sometimes that's the only option. So we will have more about that in Wednesday's Outlook as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do believe that there was at least one person that has been released from the hospital. I know a lot of people have been asking us about, recoveries and when are we going to hear about recoveries? And obviously we're hopeful as the Alabama Department of Public Health continues to put more and more information on their website, more and more data, that we'll get some of that information, but did hear some of that good news from Russell Medical today. So that is really great to see.
Certainly, anything positive we can get here is great, and glad to see that one was able to be released. Over in Elmore County, some news as well, a little bit of good news also. Area nursing homes, Garden of Wetumpka Retirement Community, Wetumpka Health and Rehab, and Marywood Lodge all have 0 confirmed cases of COVID-19, and that is among employees and residents as well.
Yeah, so in Tallahassee, there was a Tallahassee Police Department officer who was ordered to stay at home 3 weeks ago after showing some possible symptoms. According to Tallahassee Chief Matthew Higgins, that officer did not provide a positive test result, but did provide a doctor's order basically, saying that the officer needed to stay home for at least 2 weeks.
Yeah, there was some discussion about that over in Tallahassee today, and Chief Higgins did kind of clear that up a little bit and assured residents that this officer had not been in contact with the public recently and had been home for 3 weeks. And even those 3 weeks ago had very limited contact with the public. And, he said if anyone had caught it from that officer, they would have had it by now. So, if you've been pulled over recently or anything like that, he's pretty much said not to worry about it. And this officer is allowed to return to work as of now. The police department also just wanted to let everyone know the precautionary measures they're continuing to take. And you can read more about that in Wednesday's Tribune as well.
Yeah, so as always, we're going to talk a little social media myths and rumors. Obviously, there's a lot of talk about spam, people trying to get information that they shouldn't get. But actually, it's interesting because the Federal Trade Commission, at the same week that the World Health Organization declared the pandemic, the FTC for do not call registry violations dropped 15%. So it's actually going down, the amount of spam calls, which is interesting.
Yeah, those complaints continue to drop. And as of April 5th, there was a 58% reduction in that. Alabama specifically has seen a 54% decrease in complaints. So, I think it's good that those are going down. And, that's just one less thing to worry about through this as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, the concern with that is, does the reduction in calls indicate just how much the economy, is slowing down and shutting down? But I thought it was interesting, actually, when somebody brought it to my attention. I thought, I really haven't gotten a spam call lately. So, but I have a Virginia number, so I guess I don't count in the Alabama numbers, probably.
Maybe not. Not sure.
Oh, well. Anyway, as always, we do want to end on a nice feel-good story for you guys. We talked a little bit about, how the Tallahassee County schools were going to kind of combat having to shut down their feeding program for 2 weeks. And so we got a good story out of that today here in Dadeville.
Yeah, Lake Martin Area United Way, Lake Martin Dadeville Area Chamber, along with the Tri-County Children's Advocacy Center and Dadeville City employees, all teamed up to offer a mobile food pantry this morning. Over there, more than 150 cars received food that was donated by the Food Bank of East Alabama. United Way Executive Director Sharon Fuller encourages anyone in need to call that 211 number. And just remember that number can connect you with anything you may need, any resources in the community in order to help you out through this time.
Yeah, absolutely. And as always, we here at the Outlook are here quite a bit too. Even though our office is closed, there are a small few of us still here working at the office, but we're happy to help out or at least get you. If we can't help you, we'll find out who can help you. We want you guys to be able to come to us as your trusted source. Let us know those rumors. Let us say if they're true or if they're false. We are definitely here to help you.
And give us any story tips, anything you see and happen in the community. We're happy to look into it and check into everything you send our way. And again, we just want to thank you guys so much for tuning to us for your local news source. And we will continue to be here every weeknight at 7 p.m. and also give you updates daily as well online and in our papers. So again, we want to thank the support of our sponsor, Russell Medical Wound Care and Hyperbaric Medicine. Couldn't do it without their support and really appreciate you guys watching us as well. So again, I'm Santana Wood.